Welcome to Business Blurb You and the Women Running Businesses podcast. My name is Francisca Lee, and I'll be your host. If this is your first time listening to Women Running Businesses, we are a weekly podcast that brings successful female entrepreneurs in every week to dive deeper into their minds. So, stick around to hear authentic and honest conversations surrounding entrepreneurship, and make sure to subscribe to stay in the loop. Today, we have a very special guest, Sarah Horvar. Sarah is the founder and CEO of Cowgirl Clutch, the cute accessory brand everyone is talking about. We'll be chatting with her today about how she got started in business and more about her company. Sarah, I'm so glad to have you on here today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast.
Of course. So let's just start off with talking about your business. Tell me about your business.
My name is Sarah, and I'm the CEO of Cowgirl Clutch. So, Cowgirl Clutch came to be after I decided I wanted to start a handbag business. Part of me also wanted to start a cowgirl hat business, though, because all over different social media platforms, I would see these influencers and celebrities styling pink cowgirl hats, and I love the trend. Also, towards Halloween, I saw that these cowgirl hats were in demand all over the internet. So in June of 2020, I had the idea to build a business and base it on faux fur bags and cowgirl hats. I put the two together and started my own business, which is now what Cowgirl Clutch is.
Oh my god, that is so cute and such a great business idea.
Thank you.
So, where did the name come from?
So I like the idea of having cowgirl somewhere in there because of the cowgirl hats, and clutch basically just means like a handbag. So I decided to just put the two together and it just flowed really well.
I love that name. It's just like so that alliteration is
Thank
so
you.
nice. What's your main goal with this brand?
My main goal is, I think my main goal with this brand might be to get it to a level where I can end up starting my own Cowgirl Clutch storefront or boutique. I think that is definitely one of our goals for the future. It would just be so awesome to see Cowgirl Clutch really come to life in its own store.
For sure, that would be so cool to see that have like a brick and
Hmm.
mortar shop. Where would
Hmm.
you want that to be? Like, I know you're currently based in LA. Would you want it to be in LA?
I think I would. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Do you have a whole team behind the brand, or is it just you making the bags, running, the website and everything and shipping them out? How does that kind of work behind the scenes?
So I am mostly the one sourcing our products from different suppliers and manufacturing them. That may change in the future though, but Cowgirl Clutch is ultimately run by one person. But at times, like I get help all around, whether it's from friends or family.
Absolutely, that's amazing.
Thank
And do
you.
you have a factory or warehouse, or are you just doing them at home?
Currently, I do have a storage type of warehouse, but it's super small, and I'm definitely planning on having an expanded warehouse in the future if Cowgirl Clutch grows.
That's awesome. Yeah, it'd be so cool to like have a whole warehouse to yourself and like,
Yeah.
stocking your Did you have any other businesses before you started Cowgirl Clutch?
I did have a phone case business, but I ended up ending it because it was just like I didn't really like making the phone cases as much, and I feel like I'm much more passionate about Cowgirl Clutch, so I guess I just ended that one.
Was it a lot easier to start Cowgirl Clutch, like having that little bit of business background?
Yeah, definitely. I like knew how to do influencer marketing and I knew how to ship out packages, so it was a lot easier after starting another business.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I saw that you've done a few collabs here and there with influencer marketing. How does that usually work to get influencers to market your products?
Um, so I basically just reach out through Instagram, and Instagram is definitely great for connecting with certain influencers and doing influencer marketing.
Hmm.
Um, I basically just like reach out and say, "Hey, I would love to send you guys some of our products." And then when I end up sending them, I send like a tracking link and say it would mean the absolute world to us if you can post and tag. And that really like spreads brand awareness. That's great.
Yeah, is it usually like product for promotion, or do you do paid promotions as well?
I've actually never done paid promotions. I think it's a lot better when it's more, I guess, authentic and they actually like the product.
Absolutely, that's so cool that I've had such success without actually, spending any money there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So, who's the most famous person that owns one of her products?
I think one of the most famous people that owns a Cowgirl Clutch is Avani Gregg. She actually has almost all of them because I'm constantly sending them to her, and she's so sweet, such an amazing influencer, and she's always like posting, tagging, and supporting us. And another one would probably be Madison Lewis. She's also a TikToker, and she's one of the sweetest influencers, and we send items to her all the time too.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
Thank you.
And I saw they collaborated with who was it? Natalie Noel a while
No,
back.
yeah.
How did that come about?
It was such an amazing experience getting to work on a design with Natalie. She had actually made a Refinery 29 What's in My Bag video with our pink cheetah cowgirl clutch for a bag that we sent her. And I guess she really liked our bag, so her manager just reached out to me about doing a collaboration, and it all really just went from there.
Oh my God. And that Refinery 29 video, like, did you know that was happening or did you just kind of stumble upon it, see it, and go, oh my
Uh,
God, that's my product in Refinery
exactly.
29?
I had no idea that it was gonna happen, and I actually didn't know until like a week later because one of my friends had it was on her recommended page. She was like, Sarah, she's using your bag, and I went on the video and I was like, wow, they even put Cowgirl Clutch on there, and I was like totally shocked. And someone that I knew had ended up ordering from me just from seeing that video, and she had no idea that I owned the business. So that was crazy.
Oh my God, that is absolutely insane.
Mhm.
What do your parents think about this? Like, you started your business, you're so young and, it's so successful.
Thank you. They're super supportive and they helped me with packaging. Like whenever we needed to package the Natalie orders, there was a lot coming in. So they definitely helped with that and they gave me some space to like store items and they just all around helped me and support me, which I'm so thankful for.
That is awesome. So, have you always been an entrepreneur from the start? Like, were you the type of kid in elementary school, selling chocolate bars and stuff like that? Or did this kind of, just you fell into it somehow? You're like, hey, this is cool. Let me see what can happen with it.
Yeah, from day one, I've absolutely loved business and marketing. It's always been a passion of mine for a very long time. Ever since I was little, I would come up with these little business ideas like a smoothie store or hair clips. Honestly, business has always interested me, so I guess I've just been an entrepreneur from the start.
Yeah, that's so cool. How did you learn like all the business stuff? Because there's so many logistics into, starting your own business, shipping and all that.
Yeah, honestly, just from YouTube. Like YouTube is such a great platform for getting to learn different like techniques and tricks and lessons on like how to ship. For shipping, I use this software called Pirate Ship and it connects to my Shopify and it's just like a really easy method of shipping and they have like super cheap rates. So I like to use Pirate Ship.
Yes, I had to ship out a bunch of books a while ago, and
Mhm.
partnership it's definitely
Yeah.
the best way to go.
Mhm.
Um, is this your full-time job, or are you like also in school and doing other stuff?
I have a job in the broadcast journalism field as well. I film and edit videos for my school, and that and this business are my two jobs. And I am in school. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I also do high school concurrent enrollment, so I take college courses.
Oh my God, you're really young there. I thought you were like a junior or senior at least.
Thank
So
you.
you mentioned broadcasting. Is that something that you'd want to go into, like, after college or something?
Maybe. I really like that field, but it has to do kind of with marketing. I kind of just want to go into marketing and like just making videos and editing videos. That is a really good like skill to have when you go into marketing.
Absolutely. That is so important, especially with like TikToks and Reels happening
Yeah,
nowadays.
exactly.
But speaking of which, are you on like I saw you on Instagram. Are you on like TikTok and like YouTube and other platforms for your business?
Yes, TikTok and Instagram have absolutely helped my business spread brand awareness. TikTok has this amazing algorithm that helps us gain followers and customers since our videos sometimes land on the For You page and get viral. So TikTok is a great way to make sales.
Absolutely. Do you think that like for a new business starting now that they should definitely hop on TikTok, or is it kind of like it's a little bit later for that now?
Yeah, they definitely should because it just like it benefited my small business because it creates like this sense of authenticity even when you're starting an Instagram page or TikTok page. It just like your followers can go back into your story highlights or into your feed and see all those happy customers with your products, and in the end all of your followers on there are technically just potential customers, which I think is awesome.
Absolutely. So, when you were first starting out, how long would you say it was before you started seeing like constant numbers in your sales?
I think it was after I made this TikTok, and it was my first viral TikTok, and that's when I started to see like my sales go up. I don't think if it wasn't for that viral TikTok, I don't know if I would have been as motivated, but I'm really grateful that that one landed on the For You page because my sales definitely went up.
That's awesome. And where do most people hear about your brand? Is it like from your own uh social media platforms, or is it from like influencers or other
I feel like
places?
it's
I don't even know.
mostly, yeah, it's mostly from TikTok and influencer marketing because I guess influencer marketing just like when they post, they see your item immediately and they click on it, and it's just an easy way to get your item out there without paying any money. You just send the product, and also generating advertisements, which I'm not the best at, like Facebook advertisements and Instagram advertisements,
Mhm.
but I've heard really great things about those. So I guess that's a great way to also like spread brand awareness.
Definitely. I know I see like Instagram ads all the time for like
Mhm.
cute purses and like jewelry
Mhm.
and stuff. So that's definitely a
Yeah.
really good way. And I know there's like a lot of competition in the accessory space. How do you stand out from your competitors?
Yeah, so competition is honestly just more motivation for me. So when I see a competitor out there selling accessories, whatever it may be, handbags, jewelry, shoes, you name it, I get inspired by their creativity and their hard working, and I guess that just fuels me to do better. And I like to like stand out. Just I use a lot of color, so whether it's like pink or purple, those are like super bright colors. So I guess it just makes me stand out more.
Yeah, definitely. I love that you're so motivated and not like seeing them as like, jealousy type thing.
Thank you.
And your products are really unique. How do you come up with ideas for the products that you're selling?
Usually just comes to my head. Like I have this yin yang bag collection dropping soon, and that one I was just like, a yin yang bag would be like just a great idea, but I didn't want to go for the basic black and white yin yang design. So I was like, why don't I add a little bit of color to it? And it's coming out next Saturday, so I'm really excited about that. That was one of my first original designs.
Oh my God, that's so cool. And I hope that you have a
Thank
lot
you.
more original designs coming out soon.
Thank you.
What's the process of like specifically for like a purse and like accessory and cowgirl hat company? What's the process of starting that? Like, what's one of the first few things you should do?
So to start a purse or accessory company, you definitely want to create a social media platform to start. That way you can spread brand awareness, do influencer marketing, and generate advertisements. It does take a lot of hard work and effort, plus like countless days of research to get where Cowgirl Clutch is today. But in the end, I think it's all worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Did you start like Cowgirl Clutch with the intention of like, making it like, as big as it is today? Or did you start it like as kind of like a side hobby, like, oh, this is fun, let's see what comes out of it?
I had no idea that it was gonna get over 20K followers. I was just starting it out as like a side hobby, like I'm just gonna, sell some purses. I know where to like source them from. I have like a little bit of experience from my old phone case brand. I was like, let me just do this. I really like the idea of cowgirl hats. And then it really started picking up when Avani started posting for me, and then I got a bunch of other influencers and celebrities to post, and I guess it just took off from there.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Do you
Thank you.
remember like what the first sale you made was?
I think it was from the viral TikTok that I had, but I'm not completely sure.
Nice, nice. What are some struggles, like as a teen entrepreneur, like you're so young, what are some struggles that you go through?
I think the biggest struggle I've had as a business owner is having to manage everything independently. I manage the marketing, graphics, advertisements, inventory, social media, processing of orders, shipping, organizing, and so much more. And that is definitely a struggle. But in the end, I do enjoy the experience, so it's fine for me.
Definitely. And have you had any challenges like with your business?
I guess a challenge for me would definitely be budgeting. Budgeting is definitely hard starting off as a small business with a limited amount of money. As a business owner, you definitely have to be cautious about what you're spending and making sure that it is actually benefiting your business in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. And like, starting a business costs, at least some money. Did
Yeah.
you have like any investments or was it like completely out of your own pocket that you started Cowgirl Clutch with?
I got the money. So when I was in like seventh or eighth grade, I started this Depop account and I started selling scrunchies because I saw that there was like a huge demand for scrunchies back, I think in like 2017 or 2018. So
Oh my God.
I started selling them and I made some profit. And I also would sell like my old clothes that I didn't want anymore. And I had like $800 and I guess I invested that into like starting a phone case business. And from that, I made more money and then I invested that into Cowgirl Clutch and it just kept going from there.
Dang, you're really a natural entrepreneur. That's like,
Thank
like a
you.
smart thing to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then kind of looking ahead, like, next 5 years or so, you'll be graduated on high school, maybe in college. I don't know what your plans are there. But where do you hope, like, both personally and your company will be in 5 years?
I hope that in 5 years, Cowgirl Clutch will be like one of the most popular faux fur bag businesses all around. And there's a lot of competition out there, but maybe it would turn into like a huge corporation instead of a small business. That would be an amazing goal for me. And personally, I want to go to college like all 4 years.
Hmm.
And I guess just keep doing business, keep doing marketing. I really like it.
Definitely. What would you want to study in college?
I'm still like in the middle of everything because I'm a sophomore, but I think
Definitely.
I think maybe business or marketing. But I wanted to go to I still want to go to UC school. None of them really have a marketing major, so that kind of sucks. But I think I'm gonna find something that I really like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Marketing, 'cause I'm like a business major too. Marketing is definitely one of the most fun classes that you could take.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to start another business maybe?
I think so. Like, I've definitely been thinking about starting more businesses because it's honestly really fun for me. I think summer would be a great time for me to start another business because during the summer, I usually have more time to do branding and research.
Definitely, yeah, that's like the most foundational part of starting a business.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through. What does your maybe day to day or like a week in the life of Sarah look like?
Mhm. I usually start my mornings with some online school. Then I like to do some packaging during my lunch break or even between passing periods during Zoom. And this whole packaging orders in between classes thing definitely wouldn't be possible if it weren't for online school. So I guess that's just been to my benefit since I wouldn't be able to process orders as fast as I am right now if it weren't for COVID. Then towards the middle of the day around noon is when I usually like posting content. And then after school, I just finish up on some homework and studying. And at night, I like to do research for Cowgirl Clutch, whether it's manufacturing, sourcing, or designing. I usually like to do that kind of stuff at night.
That's awesome. You have a very nice schedule there.
Hmm.
How do you think like packaging and like your turnaround times and stuff will change like once I'm assuming next fall most people will be going back in person.
Yeah.
How do you think that'll change?
I think I would have to do more of the packaging on weekends instead of weekdays because I wouldn't get to, package during Zoom, like in the middle of passing periods or in the middle of lunch. But maybe after school, I would have time, I guess, but it just wouldn't be the same.
Definitely. Like you can't
Mhm.
just, bring your inventory to class and start
Yeah.
packaging there. Yeah. Do you have any big plans or collaborations planned for the future with Cowgirl Clutch?
Um, yes, we are always restocking, releasing new drops, sourcing new items, and creating new collections. Next Saturday, we are actually dropping our new Yin Yang collection, so that's super exciting. And we also have another influencer collaboration bag in the works, so stay tuned for that. And we may or may not be doing a collaboration bag with this big brand on a bag. I can't say anything about it yet, but I'm really looking forward to
Ooh, keeping us in suspense. I'm
that.
super excited now to hear about it. What's your favorite part about running a small business?
I think my favorite part of running a small business would have to be getting to share my journey with my friends and family. Also, having my own business is not all about making money. I've created so many memories, met new people, and just learned different lessons, concepts, and terms. And lastly, having your own small business is definitely a great conversation starter. Sometimes I feel like when I talk about my business, I'm annoying people, but they usually don't seem annoyed. They ask a lot of questions and seem genuinely interested, so it is a great way to start a conversation, which I love.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure. It makes all those like awkward, especially when we get
Mhm.
back to in-person schools, like those icebreakers. It
Yeah,
makes it a lot
exactly.
easier. Now, if you could go back in time to when you were, when you were first starting a bit in business, like with your phone case company, is there anything you would have done differently?
I actually don't think I would do anything differently because I guess I'm still, like, young, so I guess I have time to make mistakes, but I think a big mistake would be getting more inventory than you need. Like, I've made that mistake a couple of times, and also not getting enough inventory. So you just have to find, like, the balance in between.
Really? How do you usually estimate like how much inventory to carry?
If I see a lot of demand for a product like our Daisy bags, I get more inventory, but if I see something that's not really doing well, I sort of just, like, cut it off. I let the rest of the inventory get sold, and then I'm just like, "I'm not gonna get any more inventory."
Yeah. Have you ever had a product where like you bought a bunch of it, you thought it was gonna be, super big hit, and then just like sat in your room for a while?
Yeah, I've done that before. I got bubble candles and I started selling them, and they did really well, but I still have a couple left.
Oh my god. Okay, and then just as a last question to finish off this episode, what advice would you give, someone who maybe, middle school right now, looking up at Cowgirl Clutch, like, oh my god, I want to start my own business. What advice would you give them?
My advice would be start now. Literally, just start now. If you are passionate about starting a business at a young age, then do not hesitate. Don't think you're too young. I'm 16 years old and I have my own business. I think that if I hesitated about building Cowgirl Clutch, it would not be what it is today. It might not even be here. So write down those ideas, create that social media, build that business, and start a freaking empire.
Oh my god, I love that advice. That's such good advice. You just, get started.
Hmm.
And with that, I think this is a great place to end the episode. For our listeners, make sure to tune back in next week for a new episode of Women Running Businesses. And Sarah, thank you so much for coming on today's episode and sharing about Cowgirl Clutch.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.